video, I'm going to introduce you to knitCompanion, which is software for knitters. It is an application that helps you interface with your pattern, use your pattern really easily, and to keep track of where you are. And I've had a few friends over the years, friends who use knitCompanion regularly, and they're always telling me how great it is. And I'm always, yeah. I'm a lifetime print pattern user. I've used more printer ink and paper than anybody I know. I started using it a few months ago, and this is a game changer. I'm loving this software. And it's really easy to use, and I was trying to explain to someone, it's really big software that has all kinds of features. I'm really just still using the basics, just a little corner of the software, not all the big customization features, but I'm getting so much out of it. And so in this video, I'm going to show you the basics that I'm using all the time, show you that it's really easy to use, and it's a great way to interact with your patterns. Another way that you will enjoy this software is if you have more than one project going at once, because you have your counters and a highlighter bar that shows you exactly where you are. You can work on a pattern, close that file, open another file, work on that pattern for a couple of weeks. When you go back to the first one, there is no mistaking where you are, what row you're on, where you are on the chart, whatever else. It's all right there. It's really, really handy. Anyway, I'm excited to show you, so let's take a look. So knitCompanion works with Android or Apple. You can use it on anything that has a touch screen. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate here on my iPad. You can use it on your phone, your tablet, whatever you want that has a touch screen. There's the knitCompanion app. And here, the first thing we see are some PDFs that I have in the software already. This works seamlessly with your Ravelry library, or if you use Dropbox, you can also get files into the software that way. Right across here we see local, which are the files that are in the software already, Ravelry and Dropbox. I'm going to go ahead and open a file from my Ravelry library. So I'll tap that. And I've already logged into Ravelry. So all my Ravelry patterns are in here. I'm going to use the search bar to find what I'm looking for. Cabled, here's the pattern. This is one of my own patterns for cabled fingerless mitts. So I tap that and then go to local, the local files, and I see that the pattern's in there, the file is in there. So I'll tap that, and here we are. We have the pattern here in the software. And the first big thing you see is Start Project. This is all we need to do to get started on this. Next, what I want to do is turn this landscape. This software works either way, landscape or portrait. I'm going to work on it landscape from here. I'm going to Start Project, and I need to enter a project name. I'm going to call it Mitts for Mom and create the project. And then once we actually have a project going, it's not just a PDF file anymore, things start to look a little bit different. Things open up, we see everything that we have. And just like any touchscreen software that you're using your phone or whatever, you can pinch in or out to zoom in or out, which is a feature that I use all the time because some patterns are written so small, I want to zoom way in to be able to see what's on there. And the first couple of things we see here that I was kind of trying to avoid so I could show you zooming in and out is this blue bar and this yellow bar. And these are things that you can use to help you keep track of where you are, and they're very, very easy to slide around. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. You can see you can use this highlighter bar to show exactly where you are in the pattern. You just highlight that row exactly where you are. Isn't that great? This is one of the things I'm using all the time. And the blue bar, I'm using the blue bar to show where I am if the pattern's written in columns. I always keep the blue bar to the right of the column that I'm in. Whoops. And I slide it, if I'm working on this half, I slide it to the center like that. I don't use the blue bar as much as I use the highlighter bar. Okay, so we've got this project started. We've got it rotated the way that we want it. We've got the sliding row. The next thing is the You Are Here marker. There's no way you can lose track of where you are in your pattern with all of these features. It is a little red dot that should be up here, and you can move that You Are Here marker just by holding your finger down in the pattern, and it will leave that little dot anywhere that you hold your finger down for a couple of seconds. And no mistaking where you are in a pattern. It's very handy. Okay, as we rotate through all of this and look at all of these different things, you'll see all these numbers along the side here. These are our counters, and there are 6 of them, and it's very rare that you're going to need all 6 in a pattern, but they're handy and they're there, and there's lots of reasons why you might need more than one counter, of course. Like this one might be your row counting, this one might be your rows in a cable pattern, this might be your sleeve decreases. You know, I've definitely had 3 or 4 going at once in a pattern before, but mostly you just need one. And to advance the counter, you just tap the number. It's that easy to advance a counter. And one thing I want to say before I go any more into the counters is, when you're working on a project, especially multiple projects, when you have all this open, you have everything lined up just where you are with your counters, just where you need to be. When you shut the software down and open it back up, everything is exactly where you left it. The dog can't chew up the pattern. Nobody clicked your row counter. Everything is exactly where you left it. So it's so easy to pick up where you were. Okay, back to the counters. If you hold your finger down on the counter, you can jump back one in case you frogged a row, or reset the counter. Just hold your finger down to reset the counter to 0. It's all very easy to use. Okay, the next thing we'll see here is P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. Those are obviously the pages, and it's just that easy to jump through the pages of the pattern. And here on this chart, you can see how handy the highlighter is when you're working on charts. Your eyes will jump exactly to the row that you're knitting with that that highlighter bar. Okay, navigating pages. Oh, something else I want to say about navigating pages is, like on this page, we have the abbreviations here, and I might be here on the chart, and a stitch comes up. I can jump right over to the abbreviations, remember what that stitch is, jump back over. It's so easy to navigate through all of this. Okay, next I want to show you project notes. And these buttons up here, this is show and hide the stuff at the top of the page. So if I tap this button, the pages disappear and reappear. And this is show and hide the stuff at the bottom. And we haven't done that yet. So I'll go ahead and tap this to pull up the thing that comes up first is project notes. And while I'm working on this pattern, it's a mitt pattern, I'm going to have to knit 2. So I'm going to take some notes about what I'm doing so I can make a second mitt to match. So I'm going to say 14 rounds of cuff, because maybe the pattern says knit 2 inches, but I've got 14 rounds of cuff, size small for mom. So I've got 2 notes that I need in here. I know I'm knitting size small, 14 rounds of cuff, so next time that I come back to this to knit the second one, it's all there. This button right here is just regular Apple stuff. I can hide the keyboard that way, and I can hide the notes at the bottom this way too. And let's go back into these notes. If you hit the project notes button a second time, we have a timer. And this counts the amount of time that we have this project open in the software. So next time someone asks you, how long did it take you to knit that? You can actually give them a real answer and not a guess. We've been working on this one for 5 minutes now. Okay, those are a bunch of the features in the free software. I'm going to show you a couple of features in the paid version of the software. And let me close that up. The first one I want to show you is video links. And this, of course, is near and dear to my heart because my patterns all have video links. And you can add video links and watch them right in the software. First thing I'm going to do is this button up here is the PDF button. I'll tap that and I'll scroll down to some video links. If you tap a video link, the software recognizes it as a video link and it wants me to name the video. I'm just going to call it part 1 and then add video link. I'll go ahead and add a second one. Tap the video link. it recognizes that it's a video, and I'll say part 2 for this one, add video link. And I'm in the PDF version of this right now, so I'm going to tap the little X up here to get back to my project. And if I tap the show hide stuff on the bottom, first thing that comes up is my notes. We've been there before. Second thing that comes up is my timer. We've been there as well. The third thing that comes up are the first video link that I saved. And I can watch the video right here in the software, my video tutorial. And the second, if I hit it again, I'll get to the part 2. If I keep tapping this, I'll get through all of the video links that I put in. I can watch them right here, hide them when I don't need them to get back to the pattern. Isn't that great? Whoops, I think I still have a video playing here. I can hear my own voice, so I know that I have a video playing. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Now this, that feature, the video link feature, is only available in the paid version and currently only for Apple, only available in iOS. This next thing I want to show you is also only available for Apple and iOS, and is also in the paid version. But this is something that I think is pretty cool. It's called Scribble, and they're updating this software all the time, so we'll see if this comes out for Android soon. This little button right here, if you tap that, it pulls up a toolbar. Let me get this toolbar out here. It pulls up a toolbar of pens and erasers and highlighters and colors and all kinds of stuff. And I just slid it over to get it out of the way. Whoops. Just like I did in my project notes, I said 14 rounds for cuff. Whoops. I'm writing, I didn't mean to. I said 14 rounds for cuff. I can do the same thing here just by writing on the pattern. And I'm going to use a stylus because my handwriting is really bad. Whoops. 14 rounds cuff. And I also moved that bar when I didn't mean to. 14 rounds of cuff, then when I go back to work the second mitt, I've got that right here. This is exactly what I would do in a paper pattern, right? I would write on the pattern just like this. And it's there until I want it gone. I can also erase it using the scribble feature. I don't have to have it there because my handwriting wasn't very good. I can redo it if I want. My handwriting doesn't get better just because I rewrote something. But there we go. So here we are. I'm back at the beginning of our pattern. Those are the basic tools that I'm using all the time in this software and really enjoying using it and switching between different patterns really easily. All of my, my places, my count, my marker, everything is set. This is the easy way. This is the easy way to use it, the most basic features, but there are a ton of features in here that I haven't even got to, but if you want to completely customize your patterns, there's features to tap to advance rows in charts. There are voice commands. There are all kinds of customizations that you can do. And knitCompanion also works for crochet, weaving, beading, and cross-stitch patterns. Of course it does. Anything that comes in a PDF, you can open in knitCompanion for following your pattern. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tour through the basics of knitCompanion. Good luck.